So, good evening, Karim. Welcome to Cop Talk tonight. Thank you for joining me. Welcome to all the subscribers. Please smash a like, view it, comments, share with other Liverpool fans. Let us know what you want to see, please. Okay, so massive show tonight. We've got a lot to get through. Let's get on with it. First of all, qualifying for a third Champions League final in 5 years. How amazing is that? I mean,
wow,
that's unbelievable when you think about it.
Yeah, you know what? The thing is, we haven't even added the UEFA Cup final as well, the one with Seville. So if you add that to it, we've had quite a few, getting to the later stages or the finals in these European, European Cups. And
well, that makes it four. That makes it 4 European finals in his 6th season. This is his 6th season. Yeah,
8th season.
He came in 2015, didn't he? October 2015. So yeah. So let's say in 7 years, he's got us to 4 European finals. And the first one, the UEFA Cup final or Europa League, whatever it was, he came in October. So he came partway through the season and got us to that final. So, yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing, the transformation in our club right now. And what an achievement to the boys, man, to get to a third Champions League final in 5 years. That's unbelievable. Unreal. Consistency levels. Because really, it's almost the same team. There's a few additions.
This is it. It's a team thing. Like, you got to get your scouting right. The manager's got to be right. Everyone's got to be on board to be able to get that far in the tournament.
Yeah.
And you've got to have a bit of luck as well. And we've probably had no luck, man. We've made our own luck. We've just played our football and got what we deserved.
I think this year we got lucky with the group was a tough group, but the knockout stages, I think, apart from Inter Milan, who's the Italian champions, we got Benfica, Villarreal, who, although they're very good teams, Real Madrid, get them in the knockout stages. We got them the year before and we got knocked out. So listen, we did have a good draw, but still, you got to beat these teams. Do you know what I mean? You got to beat the teams around you. So, it's just, yeah.
Well,
we did well, man.
Villarreal did all the hard work, innit?
Yeah. I mean, look, we did the hard.
Juventus and that, so.
Yeah, Villarreal knocked out Juventus, Bayern Munich. I mean, amazing stuff. So, look. Anyway, back to Villarreal. I mean, that game. I mean, the first half, that's the worst I've seen us play for a while. For a couple of months almost. I go back to the Leicester performance away. When we didn't play that well in that game and we didn't win that game. We lost that game, actually. That was the last defeat we had in the league. And we've only lost, I think, 3 or 4 games in the whole season. I mean, we lost to Inter Milan at home, West Ham away, Leicester away. I can't think of another game we've lost.
I don't think we have,
this season.
It's probably them. That's it.
Yeah, but I mean, so that first half against Villarreal went 2-0 down. It was
the whole thing was wrong. Like, midfield keep the ball, the forwards couldn't keep the keep the ball up. Defense had nowhere to pass. Everything we tried to do, they read us. They were really aggressive. I'm surprised that Albiol never got booked. He was really, he didn't let Mane turn, didn't let Salah turn. There's quite a lot of fouls. I think the factor was Diaz. Jota, just that tweak just to open up the game, spread the game out, and fight. You know, the fear factor, putting the fear factor into a player, pushing them back, and that's just that little tactical tweak turned, and probably what Klopp said to him at half time. You weren't going to have that. There were two, and it's the worst players that actually scored.
Yeah,
Coquelin. How does he midget? Like, how does he get? You get what I'm saying? Like, and him play acting.
He was dropping to the floor. Dropping to the floor.
You can see why he's the master in European Cups, because it's these little things where you have to slow the game down at certain points, and they nailed the first half. And we had to do something, and we did. And
the answer was Luis Diaz. The guy comes on and totally changes the game. I mean, 100%, we looked a different side when he came on. I mean, and they looked a different side, whether they were a bit tired from the exertions of that first half, but also he brought a worry to their team.
Yeah.
Like when he got the ball, it was almost like they're like, "Oh my God, who's this guy?" You know.
I think Unai Emery probably come in and thought, right, they're going to be scared now. They're probably not going to come out. They're not going to attack. We're 2-0. We're 2-0 ahead. But let's get to the last 10 minutes and get one goal and knock these guys out. That's what they're attacking. But Klopp was like, "Now rock and roll. We've got to get the guitar, the jazz, the whole crew out. You know, sing our song and make it work for us." And one after the other went in, and we took the game by the scruff of its neck.
Yeah, I mean, I think their goalie was poor over the whole tie. He made so many errors, man. I mean, he was poor. He helped our cause, but listen, we still got to do the job, and we did the job. So all these, I mean, I'm seeing in the media things like Guardiola saying that everyone's a Liverpool fan, and the media are biased to Liverpool.
Everton, Man United.
Yeah. No.
I think turn around and start supporting us.
Listen, I think what Guardiola...
Even Arsenal, they're not going to come around and supporting us, you know what I mean? I feel like Guardiola needs to find something to motivate his players.
Yeah.
And that's purely what it is. He doesn't want Liverpool to win the quadruple. Then there's no question about it. The best manager in the world, the best team in the world in the Premier League that was put together would have been us. And he did not want that. So he's going to say anything he can to get their players motivated and at least eliminate one of the trophies that we could have won.
Yeah, I think what Guardiola needs to realise is Liverpool, you know, he's trying to have these little digs at Liverpool saying, yeah, they've got great history in Europe, but not in the Premier League because they've won one in 30 years. And, you know, you can have these little digs at Liverpool if you want, but what he's got to realise is Man City 10, 15 years ago were nothing. I mean, they've always had great support from Manchester, but they had no worldwide fan base. Manchester City, you're crazy. They were nowhere. They were almost in the fourth division 20 years ago or 30 years ago. You know, so for him to expect the amount, you know, to match Liverpool's fan base, no, not with a few Premier Leagues that they've won. Because people, I mean, look, all teams spend money. Liverpool spend money. Man United spend loads of money. Chelsea spend loads of money. Arsenal spend money. Tottenham spend money. Everyone spends money. But Man United they've kind of fast-tracked it. And it'll be the same with Newcastle as well. So people don't tend to respect that kind of success as easily. You know what I mean? Rightly or wrongly, but they don't. And look, it's good for Man City and their fans that they've got wealthy owners. And, you know, it looks like today they've just signed Haaland for next season, which we all knew they were going to do. So, but look, I mean, I don't want my club to be like that. I like the way Liverpool is run. We bring through our younger players. We buy well, we sell well. And that's how the club is. That's the model of the club. We buy young, hungry players and develop them into superstars. And we've done it again with Diaz. Because that, my friend, that is the next superstar of world football right there. I mean, next season, he's going to destroy teams in the Premier League. I'm telling you now. He's playing at 50% of his capabilities right now. He's got much more to offer us.
This is it. When he gets a bit more familiar with the defenders in the Premier League, and maybe builds up his physical nature, which he is quite physical, he'll be a different player. It'll be another season. He's still, unknown, and there's still more to him. You can see like he's, little flash plays, eye catching.
Yeah.
He's going to be doing that more often, and players are going to get scared. They're not going to want to get nutmegged or the ball flicked over their head or something controlled in a difficult way. So it's only, with more games under his belt, the better he's going to get.
Well, look, against Villarreal, he was the game changer for me. He came on. Yes, Klopp made other substitutions after that as well, but everyone was saying, all the commentators saying, well, Henderson's coming on. No. Diaz was the one that came on. And believe me, he changed the game. And we went through, like we said, third Champions League final in 5 years. Unbelievable achievement. Whatever happens, whether we win against Madrid or not, amazing achievement. Then, obviously, we moved to Saturday night, Tottenham at home. Now, I wasn't expecting an easy game against Tottenham because they got dangerous. They have dangerous players. I mean, Son. How long have I been saying I wish Son would be a Liverpool player? Yeah. I mean, he is a Liverpool player, but he just plays for Tottenham at the moment. Yeah. Kane, obviously, top striker as well. They got other good players. The other signing they made, Kozaletsky, he looks a decent player.
Bentancur,
I mean,
they're all right.
Yeah, they've got a good side, but the problem with Tottenham is that they can only get up really for the big games, and when they're on TV in a massive deciding game, then they shine. But when they play away at Brighton on a non-televised game, 0-0, or they don't have a shot on target, or so for me, Tottenham in a way they're not going to be contenders because they can't consistently play at that level that they played against Liverpool. I mean, Liverpool dominated that game territorially, possession, chances, but Tottenham actually had the better chances in that game. If we're honest, Tottenham could have won it right at the end if that Højbjerg had a bit of ambition, and he would have, he could have scored himself, but he tried to lay it across.
The thing is, like the game, you got to look at the game. Okay, the game that we needed to win the game more than Spurs did. We're at home. We're chasing the Premier League. Conte is going to see this. He's going to give the ball. He's going to play on the counter-attack. He's going to try and get our players further up the pitch. The further we're up the pitch, with their pacey players, it's going to be, the counter-attack's going to be on all the time. And the later it got... So after 60th minute, we got a bit desperate. We got a bit lackluster. One ball got hoofed up. He controlled. Passed it out to the corner, passed it in, it was a tap-in. So Conte's a very smart coach, and you've got to look at what's in front of you to be able to get what you want out of the game. The thing is, like, we could always say, like, why didn't we press? Why didn't we push that hard right from the beginning? Well, this is the thing. It's a 90-minute game. The fact that we got a draw, and you could see they were throwing their bodies all over the place.
I know. Well, that shot that Salah did, that Ben Davies blocked towards the end, that was going in. That was going in. That was a goal-saving block because Lloris was never going to stop that one. They defended well. They played well. I had a feeling that they were going to be difficult, and they were. And that's the ridiculous standards we're at the moment. That a draw to a top side, really, like Tottenham, who, by the way, have beaten City home and away this season.
6 points.
And we drew against them. And we drew against them at their stadium. So we've drawn against the team that beats Man City both home and away, something which we didn't do. And we're all disappointed. It's almost like a defeat because that's the standards now. You know, now, and look what happened the day after that. Man City go and play Newcastle, smash them 5-0. So everyone's going, it's all over now. But the reality is it's not all over. We're in the same position we were in before the Tottenham game. The advantage is with Man City. It's a little bit bigger now than it was before the Tottenham game. It's 2 points bigger. Yeah? We drew, they won. We drew, they won. So it's they've got a 3-point advantage. But it's not all over.
I think there's a 3 or 4 goal difference. Yeah, so we need to make the difference. I think it's 3 goals difference. So
they've got a plus 3 goal difference as well now. But I wouldn't even worry about that. Listen, they've got 2 tough away games. Yeah, and if they win these games, they deserve to win the title. They've got Wolves away, and they've got West Ham away. They're tough games. They're tough away games. I mean, if we could select as a Liverpool fan 2 teams right now to give them a hard game, those would be the 2 that would come up. They could play. I mean, all right, Tottenham away, but Tottenham are a funny side, man, because although they can produce those performances they did against them, they're not consistent. Whereas Wolves and West Ham, they're consistently a difficult team to play. You may beat them in the end, but their games are awkward. They're not straightforward. They're organised teams. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
look, they've got Aston Villa as well at home.
Yeah, look.
It'll be a tough.
I think
got Coutinho there, Gerrard. They might want
to. I don't want to think about Aston Villa doing anything. If it comes to the last day and Man City have to beat Aston Villa to win the league, then I think they'll do it. You know? Look, we've got Aston Villa tomorrow night. That's going to be a tricky game because people are watching what Gerrard does here because they're desperate to claim Gerrard's trying to help us. And they won't be happy unless Aston Villa win that game.
Yeah.
So we've got to ensure that we take the emotion out of it, forget who Gerrard's in the other dugout, and we go and beat them. You know?
Who do we play? We've got a FA Cup final on the weekend as well.
Yeah, but they've still got 4 days to recover for that. So we have to play a strong time. We have to win that game. There's no messing around, mate. We can't afford nothing less than 9 points will do for our last 3 games. We have to win all of our games now until the end of the season if we want to win the league. If we want to win the league, we have to win every single game from now to the end of the season in the league. Because Man City may drop a point or 2, but they won't drop a lot of points. Yeah,
so we need them to drop 3 points, though, wouldn't it? To win the league.
Yeah, well, we need them. Well, look, a couple of draws would do. They don't even have to lose a game. Just a draw. Now, if they draw a game and it brings it down to, and we win, then who knows?
Yeah.
If they lose a game and we can get our goal difference up and they draw a game or whatever, listen, it's still possible. It's unlikely and it's going to be difficult, but it's possible. And I think as Liverpool fans, we have to be believers, not doubters, you know, as Jurgen Klopp once famously said. We have to believe it's still possible. This team deserves our belief in them. for the performances they've given us. And I do still think there's a chance, but albeit a slim one. We just have to win our games. If we win our games, who knows what can happen? But we can't worry about them dropping points if we don't win games. Because if we don't win our games, it doesn't matter what we... And that's what Klopp said. Nothing changed, really.
Exactly.
Nothing changed.
You know what? We've got to keep it for the Premier. We've got to keep going for the Premier League. Can't make it boring going towards the end of the season. You know what I mean? There's still a top four to be up for grabs. Okay, there's a league title to be decided, and who's going to be going down. It looks like Everton have turned the corner. Not that
unfortunately.
Unfortunately. And we're still in with, the good thing about it, we're still in with a shout. And where we're still in with a shout, we've got to keep our head up and keep going. The thing is, anything can happen in the game of football. Who was to say, like, Man City was going to drop again? They were going to lose to Real Madrid, or drop points against Man City, or drop points against Crystal Palace and bring us, at one point it was like 14 points difference. So if we didn't believe, we wouldn't have got to where we are now. And
well said. Let's see if we can. We've got to do the business tomorrow night, though. That's first. First thing is we have to beat Aston Villa tomorrow. If we do that, then the pressure, it makes it interesting when Man City play Wolves on Wednesday, and then we see what happens. If Wolves can do something, great.
Connor Cody, come on, get out. Come on, take out at least a couple of their players, man. De Bruyne was third killing, man. Let's not talking about that, man, because it's one of our players is like,
exactly.
The best team, whoever deserves it wins. Win.
Yeah. All right, then, mate. Well, we talk soon.
Definitely, man.
Thanks for coming on, yeah?
Yeah. Subscribe, everyone.
Yes.